You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, this is a joke that's a homage to my dad, may he rest in peace. All right, there's a couple that's been married for about 55 years. They're both in their late 80s, and their name is Goldstein. It's Mr. and Mrs. Goldstein, and they don't have any children, so each one is all the other one has. This is a little ill, so they go to the doctor, and the doctor checks him out and tells him to come back a couple of days later. He took some tests. So they come back a few days later, and the doctor calls the wife in and tells Mr. Goldstein to stay in the waiting room, which makes them all very nervous. And Mrs. Goldstein comes in, and he closes the door. She says, "Oh, doctor," she says, "is my husband okay?" She says, "You know, I would die without him. He's all I have." You know, so the doctor says, "Mrs. Goldstein, your husband is a very ill man. He's got a couple of problems, and I want to tell you about it." So she almost faints. She sits down. She says, "Oh no," she says, "like what can I do for him?" He says, "Well, on the one hand, he has very slow blood circulation. So what we've got to do is we've got to speed his blood circulation up a little bit. But on the other hand, he has a severe heart condition, and if we overdo it, it'll kill him. So rule number one is sexual intercourse is out of the question." So she goes, "Oh my God," she says, "well, what should I do?" He says, "Well, to speed up his heart a little bit without overdoing it, what you should do is 2 or 3 times a week, you should make sure he's already digested his food for a couple of hours, have him lie down very gently, take a hot bath, and very slowly and gently perform oral sex on him." So, but very gently and very slowly. That'll kind of get his blood going, but it won't overdo it. So she thanks the doctor, and she says she's going to do the best she can, and she goes out and tells her husband to get in the car, and they're driving home, and there's like dead silence. So finally he can't stand it. So Mr. Goldstein says to his wife, he says, "Well, darling," he says, "what did the doctor say?" And she turns to him and she says, "Darling," she says, "the doctor said you're going to die." That's the joke.